Yes, Varric, a 25 will hit the skeleton.
A cute man with a trident.
Could you give him a DC 15 con save for me?
Wow, damn.
That's a total of 11.
Yeah, okay, that's good. Was he already damaged before?
Yes. Oh, hang on, no,
Nice.
number 1, no.
Number 1 was not damaged at all yet?
No.
Okay, so that's just a bonus from Hunter's Mark then. Which is 96. Which means at this stage I'm gonna...
You guys, these memes are amazing. For those of you who can't see, basically my screen is full of GIFs and memes of people throwing pitchforks at each other, people fighting, just amazingness.
That's 10, that's 10, that's 22.
Meanwhile, talk amongst yourselves while Varric does maths.
I got it.
Is what D&D is, it's maths. Next time there's a long break for maths for Theritas, you can plug your pirate game.
We'll call it the commercial break as well.
Yeah, the commercial break. Join us on Thursday nights when we'll be being steampunk pirates.
Yeah. Yar.
I did 33 damage,
Okay, that skeleton is annihilated.
5 of which is psychic, if that does anything.
It makes the skeleton shake and shudder as the bones splinter apart and fall to the ground.
Okay. In that case, I'm basically going for a baseball swing to the side of the skull.
Beautiful. Okay.
Pretty much in the same way that guy in the GIF does.
Yeah, I'm enjoying this. In which case, it is Viraz the boar's turn to finish him on number 4, who is looking severely injured.
By the way, just saying Aquaman was awesome.
I haven't seen it yet.
That's
Yep.
where the GIF is from.
Ah, I wondered if it was an underwater Aquaman fight.
It's really worth it, especially the last part of the movie with the war. Oh my god, that CGI! Oh dear, that was amazing.
Why can't I
Apricity,
find
is this what the boar is doing in this most?
Oh my god!
Oh lord. Sitting on a
Bad
skeleton
touch,
like,
bad
yeah,
touch.
I got ya.
Is the boar going to attack Apricity? I can't stop looking at this, it's scaring me. So my dog in the morning, only less cute and fluffy. So yes, there is one left, severely injured. Is he going to charge?
Yeah, he's gonna run and finish.
I'll let him do this with advantage, seeing as this one is quite injured and it's sort of stuck between a paladin and a hard place.
Hands in a hard place. Is that the name of this episode?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Natural 20 on one of them. So that would be 21 to attack.
Yes, that will hit, and you can double your damage dice on that one as well.
Sweet. So 2d8. Wait, those are 6s. 2d8. Oh, poo bums. That was a really low roll. 10 if it's doubled because I rolled 5.
Ooh! That is just a couple of points over what you needed. With that, is it literally just he's gonna head down and charge?
Yeah, so that's his charge attack. So he's literally just gonna stompy, stompy, stomp, smash.
In which case, the rest of you sort of see Apricity holding for dear life onto this charging boar, who I believe is still wearing his plate armor.
Yes, and he's got extra metal spikes kind of pressed over his tusk.
Yep, that is cool. Lowers his head, snarls, skims his foot back on the ground, sort of, and boosh, like a bowling ball into the very last skeleton. The skull rather, goes spiraling off in one direction. The arms splinter off and rocket further up into the sky. The legs are crushed under its feet, and the rib cage splinters under his hooves.
Yeah.
And thus ended the life of the skeleton. It was a good skeleton. His name was Roy.
I'm going to put that in my notes. Smashed Roy to pieces.
Doesn't sound dodgy at all.
Alright, we shall miss thee.
Betharitus did miss twice.
Betharitus is very angry.
Yeah, he's having a bad time, and this is not helping his bad time. Maybe asleep. Awesome.
So, Arissa has built you up a sort of camp. Did you guys want to have a long rest here?
Yes, please.
I'll take a trance and pick up first guard.
Okay. You will need 3 watchers to take 3 shifts over the time it takes everyone to catch their long rest. So, Varric, did you say you're taking the first one?
I can take first and last as long as I can get that 4-hour trance in.
Okay. Who would like to take watch in the middle?
I will suggest Annabelle, but I don't think anybody trusts her, so I'm just gonna
I'll take middle watch with Annabelle.
stare at you guys.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So you guys set up around the campfire. You sort of push the remains of the skeletons out the way.
No.
Share some rations that you have upon your persons. Set up where you're going to sleep. Any conversations you wanted to have before you turn in for the night?
Hannibal will walk to where Arisa is sitting. Are you sitting down? Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. She will pause and look inside her bag for something. Arm going all the way up to the shoulder, before pulling out around 5 comfy and warm blankets and pillows, and just throw them on top of Arisa and walk away.
I love it.
Wait, so she got a blanket?
She got like 5 warm blankets and like around 4 pillows, big fluffy pillows.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
so
I'm going to share them around the group, obviously.
Aww.
But for a moment, I'm going to like flail underneath the blankets, just like.
Like when your nan tucks you in too tight.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ragnar is going to chuckle to himself watching that, and he's going to put on his little duck.
What did you say, Andrew? It broke up at the end.
Ragnar is going to put on his duck hat
Oh,
to keep his head warm.
Aw.
Cute.
Aw. Varric uses prestidigitation to make Apricity's blankets feel very, very comfy.
Oh, that's so adorable.
Duh.
Ugh. If there's like a quiet moment and everybody's sat around the fire, Apricity will take a wineskin out of her rucksack and hold it up and say, "I'd like to make a toast, if I may." Go on.
I'll quickly fetch like some booze from my bag as well and like share that around so that everybody has a drink for your toast.
Thanks, buddy. And you kind of slowly look around the group and say, "It's a family lost, but never forgotten. And most importantly, it's a family found and kept close." And then she'll take a drink.
Ragnar is going to toast to that as well, and like wipe away a tear and
So, I was just about to type the same Varrical well up bit and then like shot the entire like drink that he had for himself in the toast after toasting with everybody.
Arissa will be toasting with water.
Yes, I was just writing that Hannibal was looking at you.
The therapist will,
Bitch, that better be water and not vodka.
the therapist will totally nick his.
I'm very sorry for running off like I did. I've only realised how foolish that was, especially in the place that we're in. I'm very thankful that you were all by my side. Even you, Hannah, thank you for trying to do something nice for once.
Hannibal will just raise an eyebrow at her and wave her hand once and go back to her bag she was checking. You were ignored, pretty much.
Exactly what she expected. Veritas, I'm so sorry for what you heard. My brother was a foolish boy. He was wonderful, but never particularly smart. I'm so sorry that he's gotten mixed up in the things that they've fallen into his path. It can't have been easy for you to hear those names for any of us.
The therapist is just going to gesture at the like puzzle that Varric worked out and just go, you know as well as I do that the person to blame is Lowry and always has been. Your brother's blameless in this, and I will make sure she doesn't hurt another person again.
You feel that tingle all down your spine, which is the mark of an oath sworn to be avenged.
You shall have
Annabelle
your...
will throw another stick at him, by the way. Like, I told you!
Can I catch it midair?
Do a dexterity.
The therapist will glare at Hannah and then sort of look back at...
24.
Nice.
We'll look at a
You just
precedent.
managed to intercept it before it hits the Theratus.
I'll throw it back at Hannah then.
She will flick her finger, and before it reaches her, it just goes poof and disappears.
The therapist will look back at a precedent and go, I swore an oath. Your brother will be avenged. As will everyone that she has harmed.
Well then, I swear to you, the Theratus, you shall have my arrows at your side. We won't stop until her blood is spilled.
Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, had to. Sorry.
It's fine.
Oh, beaten to it, but I love it. It's better with the gif. Oh,
and my axe. Oh.
It doesn't make anything true or less meaningful. Carry on.
We need to be able to insert these on the recording, because the recordings just miss out on so much.
Oh boy. I'm gonna get it back to a point where we can I'll put the chat as a little pop-up in it as well at some point.
That would be amazing.
Although describing the memes is always quite entertaining. Right, go back to a serious conversation.
Imagine all of the Lord of the Rings gifts that you can imagine. Yep, they're there.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, yeah.
Just pick whichever one's funniest to you. That one is here.
Do we have a plan? I'm sorry, I've not really been paying attention. Orissa, did you say that you could see dust?
It's
Damn it.
kind of everywhere. I can't pinpoint.
Cleric, how well do you know these woods? Are we safe to continue walking here?
Well, these woods are never safe, but I believe that with, the stuff we have with us, most anything will be easily dealt with. Except for the owlbear, but I'll kill that one. Ooh, about that, Rosie, can I check if I, see any traces of owlbear?
Sure. Do an investigation check.
Okay. Wait a second. Quickly pulling up what my thingy did for that. Favorite enemy means advantage.
Oh yes, you can definitely have advantage on that one.
Also, if I manage to track it, I'll also learn exact numbers, sizes, how long ago they were here, if they were here at all. So, that's things to note. Oh, that's good. One's a 9, one's a 20, so that's a nat 20 for the tracking the owl there.
Nice.
Okay. Looking around, you find one owlbear feather, but it's been there for a long time, and you can't tell if any of them have been through here very recently. It's not decayed at all. It looks fairly well kept, but it's not obvious at all if there's been any close by.
I'll keep it. The arrow, I'll attach it to my bow, next to the feather from the angel and the... What was it from the Oni? We took something from the Oni. Was it a finger bone?
I think I took its tooth. I think you did as well.
Oh, in that case it was his tooth, because,
Well, a lovely gross collection of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll add this arrow to, this feather to it,
Okay.
but in a looser knot, so that it's not yet permanently attached, because I first need my kill before I can, wield its reward.
You guys are really nice on the surface, but underneath it's oh, we love animals, we've got a whole menagerie, and underneath, let's take their teeth out.
Hey, it's
Fuck
only
with
the
us,
ones that
let's
are
fuck
evil.
with it.
It's only the ones that are evil. This owlbear tried to kill me several times over. It's just my time to kill it.
There's probably a vengeful owlbear hunting down you, being this Varric guy tried to kill me.
But this is the thing, we're all good unless you fuck with us, and then...
To be fair,
Or
to
a
be
small
fair,
child
due to
anywhere
reality,
near you.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's completely true. I mean, I hurt a small child near the others. They didn't kill me yet.
They were still getting to know you. It was fine. It was so long ago.
I got away with it because I looked cute.
Yeah.
You just did puppy dog eyes at them. Okay, cool. So is there anything else anyone wants to do or say tonight, or shall we move through the watches?
Yes.
Oh, go on.
Apricity first.
No, go on, you go first, because I've
No,
talked loads.
I insist. Ragnar insists.
No, I did, because Ragnar's so polite. All I was going to say, in a small pot over the fire, you'd see Apricity melting down some beeswax. She carries a small amount of beeswax with her for her woodworking when she finishes it. And she'd just very quietly kind of melt the beeswax down. Oh my god, what is that? She'd melt the beeswax down and then take out the leaf that she'd plucked from the tree that Sandy Myok was trapped in. And she'll dip the leaf in the molten beeswax and then take it out and hang out to dry. And that will stop the leaf rotting at all. It will keep it fresh and as a talisman.
Aww.
That was what I wanted to do.
Oh, that's very sweet.
Ragnar is going to pose a question to the group. My companions. So it's my understanding that the woman alongside Death was Paltalaymon's daughter, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
correct.
It would seem so.
What do you think she meant when she said that about the woman that Paltlaemon had trapped?
Perhaps it's an oracle.
Why would he? With the way that she spoke about it, it sounded unwilling. So why would he unwillingly trap an oracle?
To see into the future. Power. Maybe it's a prize or a pet.
Regardless, it's a question that needs answering.
Maybe she can change the war.
But if she could, then surely she should still have a choice in the matter.
That's not how humans work.
He's not a human. He's an angel.
And we have no proof that she is either.
I think it might be wise for us to call on our friend.
On the other hand, do we trust a being that evil to even speak the truth?
I'd like to learn the whole story before I pass judgment.
As would I.
I don't know whether...
don't care.
I don't know whether... I don't know whether summoning an angel whilst we're in the forest of death is our best move. Don't think it would be a great idea to draw much more attention to ourselves.
Yes, and the angel would probably be mad at you. This place would be disgusting to him. And you don't want an angry angel. That's my job.
To be fair, if he doesn't want to show up here, he won't show up.
That's true.
What does he care for us while we're not moving forwards on this quest?
That aside, we still haven't even found the next piece.
So far, he's only shown up when we had something worth his while.
We have called him
once.
Sorry, we have called him, and he has come before.
But
when
we had a
needed
piece
him.
on him. We had a piece on us when we did. Who's carrying them?
Wasn't it?
Was it
Redo
Redo?
who carried them?
Yeah, I thought it
Redo.
was Redo.
Yeah.
Oh look,
Um,
I have them. As reading.
Thanks, Redo. Gosh, it's lovely to have you.
No.
You've been away so quiet, like a ghost.
It's great, actually. Miserable old cow. Yes, we love you, Sabina.
Yes, Sabina.
We do miss Sabina. He did say that we would be able to call him if we needed him.
Yeah, but has he proven himself before when we asked for him?
Out of character, have we called him before when we've not had a new one? Like, we talked to him when we escaped on the carpet, but was that because he just popped up there himself?
He showed up after we...
He showed
yeah.
up after you found the shard when you were on the carpet. He showed up.
I feel like we called him one time to ask him some questions.
Yes.
That way back in the beginning, but that was because we simply didn't know where to go.
But so he did show up then.
Yeah. I think
That-
I believe you have called for him at least once, and he has shown up of his own accord. He's definitely shown up of his own accord when you didn't have a shard. But he has shown up predominantly after you've got things.
Cool. Okay. So we rest tonight, venture out for the shard tomorrow, and then consider calling Paltlaemon once we leave this forest.
I think that's a fine idea.
Yeah.
Varric trusts nobody. Okay. Is that the last conversation you'd like to have before you all fall asleep and let Varric take first watch? It's not a trick question, I promise.
Ragnar's going to join him on first watch.
Okay.
Well, I'm just going to toast everybody one more time and take a big drink. Just like literally hold it in the air and kind of make eye contact with everyone.
Oh, I do have rum. I could drink it. get that in a minute. I have to go to work tomorrow. No, probably not a good idea.
Whiskey.
All right, so as those of you fall asleep, could Ragnar and Varric please do me perception checks for your watch?
Okie dokie.
Do I have a moment for some conversation during the watch as well in a bit?
Of course you do, yeah.
Nice.
A great big 12 for Ragnar.
And
Sad
because
gnome
we're
sobbing before
what
she
is-
goes to sleep.
Aw. I'll make sure to press the digitation the blanket once more to keep it like nice and toasty.
Oh,
No.
However, I do so sneakily so that no one notices that it's Varric.
Oh.
That's plus 11, so that's 27.
okay. Ragnar, you notice.
Do you ever feel like you're being carried?
To be
Ragnar,
fair, this is like
you notice a very pretty little beetle crawling along a log. It's got 6 antennae and only 3 legs, and it's got a weird sort of pattern on its back. It's like sort of tortoiseshell patterned, and it's sort of red and sky blue, and is brighter than a lot of the other things you've seen in this forest, and it scampers past, and you have a sort of moment of, oh, that's nice.
Ragnar is, after that brief moment passes, he is going to be like, I still don't trust that thing, and he's just like hoping it's not going towards everyone. Stab that bastard.
It scuttles around in the dirt, and you watch it carefully, and it does disappear off into the trees. And then comes back with an army of its friends. No. Roll initiative against the Beatles! That'll be next year. Varric, you have a look around. You notice the beetle that Ragnar's watching. You notice that Ragnar's not watching. And you have a look out. You can occasionally hear distant noises. They sound like creatures. You settle back into how you used to be when you lived here. And you know what noises are normal and what noise, well, as normal as this forest gets, and what noises you should be wary of. And you don't hear anything as your watch progresses. You wanted to have a conversation while you're having your watch?
Yeah. Thanks for staying up. I had something I wanted to talk about. That's why I, asked you.
Yes, of course. I figured you'd be lonely anyways if it was just you on the watch.
Yeah. I have a favor to ask of you. Something the others might not want to help me with.
Bear in mind that. Are you sure you want to ask this favor of me?
Yes.
I'm here to listen.
All I want to do is to talk with my birth family one time before we leave Risha and before I forget about them for good.
With no ill intent?
Rosie, I guess I roll deception now?
Yes.
None whatsoever.
And if you want to, you can do an insight check, Ragnar, or you can just see how he rolls.
Ragnar is going to do an insight check.
I'd suggest not bothering with it. You succeed.
What did you get?
-1.
Oh.
No, that's the relief.
You can read him like a book, and he is not telling the truth. He has no intention of just speaking to his family or necessarily forgetting about them once he's left Russia.
Ragnar's going to just see how the conversation goes. So you wish to speak with them, and how do you wish for me to assist with you with that?
Well, sorry, that gif is good. I need to set some things right that happened in the past, and to be fair, I don't even know what they look like. And if I start asking questions, the rest here will catch on and try to stop me from talking to them.
So, I understand that you want to speak to your family, but and I will assist you in keeping these questions out of the view of our friends. But I do warn you, I am a knight of Risha, so if you are to lay a finger on any citizen here, I will kill you.
He can try.
I understand.
And I don't wish to do that, because I would certainly say that of all of our traveling companions, you have been a very good friend to me, especially with... take our first sparring match. That was an excellent way to help me integrate with you all, and I do care for you, but my duty to Risha comes before my duty to you.
I understand. Being a knight is important, and I wouldn't ask of you to break that duty, to withdraw from that just for me. It won't come to that. That one is not a lie.
I'm glad.
That one is not a lie.
Okay. Ragnar is happy that is not a lie, and he's reassured. He puts his arm on Varric's shoulder and is like in a reassuring way, and begins to converse about other stuff, such as how awful this forest is and how genuinely impressed he is that Varric is alive today.
To be fair, I couldn't have done it on my own.
Oh, that's certainly understandable. It is the people in our past that makes us who we are. Those that help and those that hinder us. And I suppose for myself, I see it as something to be grateful for. Every decision that wasn't made for us may not have been made in good or bad intent necessarily, but it has made me who I am now, which is something to be proud of. And the same goes for you.
At that point, Varric will start bawling his eyes out.
Oh, God.
When Varric starts crying, Ragnar is also going to start crying.
Oh, you bipolar sissies.
Bro hugs.
Yeah, bro hugs.
Aww.
Stay away.
And with that, I'm gonna wipe the tears from my eyes.
Also, DM sent you a message.
I shall check.
Yay. Oh God, not that movie! Fuck you!
So, you two finish your watch, and who was taking the second one? Was it Hannibal and Orissa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Excellent. The teddy bear wakes up with you.
Orissa is a bit frightened because Hannibal was sleeping right behind her, and she was not there when she fell asleep. Oh, is it time? Oh wait, let me just answer the DM.
Sorry. So Varric and Ragnar, you tearfully find your way to bed, snuggled up next to each other, and Hannibal and Orissa begin your watch. If there's anything you would like to say to each other or do as your watch continues, and could Hannibal and Orissa please do me a perception check each? And Vitheritas, that is the most accurate meme I have ever seen in my life.
Oh wow, we rolled the same thing.
My God, you're so in sync.
I like, oh my God, we're just so soulmates right now. I can't. Twinsies!
one sec. Okay. As you two look out, again you hear off in the distance what sounds like birds. Maybe it may not be. You hear the wind in trees. You hear twigs cracking, but nothing seems to approach you that you notice. Is there any conversations you two would like to have amongst yourselves as your watch continues?
Well, Hannibal will pretty much just out of nowhere put her hand on Ariza's face, and it will start glowing blue. Ariza, you can react to this as however you want.
Ariza's just gonna look at Hannibal like, what the fuck are you doing?
She will then place the hand down, 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 then up, up, up,
Like she's
and
used
wave
to
her hand
Hannibal.
until the flames disappear.
She's used to Hannibal doing the trick, but at the same time she's like, what are you doing? It's more of an
I am feeding the baby.
You're what?
I'm feeding the baby.
She just kind of looks at you blankly. She's very confused. She is not a smart being.
It is fine. This is just one of the reasons why I cannot let you out of my sight.
Oh.
And are you feeling fine? No pain?
No, everything feels okay. I mean, I get a bit of backache every now and then, but...
And Hannibal will once again put her hands aflame, and she will reach behind and put him on her back under her clothes. She will feel warm for a second, and it's almost like she had a 1 hour massage all of the sudden.
He just kind of goes,
There we go.
you bring a new definition to the term magic hands.
Annabelle will stare at her blankly, like not understanding the reference, but just nod.
And then...
No, the party does not wake up to Arissa yelling about the bad touch. Varric, shush.
and then
What about the
Arissa's
consent here?
gonna go back to her knitting.
Do you believe it will be a boy or a girl?
I don't know. I'm not even sure which I prefer, but... Did you not choose? When you put this thing inside me, did you not...
No, I did not wire it that way. I just keep it safe. Whatever it turns out, it was not my hand. I have not checked yet. Its gender is it is of no matter to me as long as it's born.
Hannibal, you are aware that at this point you could probably check.
She could, but she's not interested as long as it's born.
Arissa is interested.
Hannibal will look at her. Do you want to know? I can check. Or you can just leave it until it's born.
I think that should be something I should talk with Varric about.
I am not going anywhere.
I know.
Good girl.
I'm not a dog.
She will pat her on the head. Do you have enough fabric? I can make you more, in any color you wish.
Can you make it rainbow sparkly?
I can. She will snap her fingers, and it's rainbow sparkly. And it's already the one she was making, so she doesn't have to restart all over again.
Oh my god. She's making a jumper for Redo.
Oh, yeah.
Kinda, but she's too sweet to realize that, Varric.
Is there anything else you two want to talk about on your watch?
She can ask me anything she wants at the moment.
No, at this point, I think Arissa's content to just sit and knit and keep an eye on her Apricity.
I
Then Hannibal
will
will
message Sabina and tell her the longer it is before she can rejoin us, the more gaudy and terrible this jumper will be. It will have tassels, and it will have an enchantment upon it that means she can never remove it.
And there will be bells.
Yeah.
And
Can it
matching
like hum a
hat.
little song?
It'll basically be a glorified Christmas jumper.
Yes, and it'll have a little button on it where you push the button and it goes. Doo, 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 doo.
We're going Gravity Falls here.
Yeah.
I
Someone
don't think
get
going
Mabel's.
Gravity Falls is a bad thing, though.
Oh boy. So the rest of you guys' watch passes uneventfully, and you are dismissed from your watch and allowed to go back to sleep or continue what you'd like. By Varric, are you taking the last one alone, or is anyone else joining him?
I'll keep it up to the others if I'm taking it alone.
I think Ragnar needs extra sleep, unfortunately.
Yeah, I'm doing a
worries.
long, sad sleep.
In which case, Varric, can you do me a perception check for your watch?
Nice.
The anticipation.
Don't need to
I
hear
rolled
what
a-
that was, just assume it was great.
I rolled a 7,
Lucky
but
7!
because we're in a forest, that turns into an 18.
Very nice. Okay. You see another beetle that's similar to the one that Ragnar had seen earlier, and you remember
I
Ragnar.
stab it.
Okay.
It returned. Ragnar didn't like that. I stab it.
Well, it's not the
Yeah.
same one, it's a similar one.
Yeah, but, like,
But still.
did Varric notice that it was the same one?
Okay, do me an attack roll, please.
It came back with a flower for you.
Oh!
And now
making
it's
it really
dead.
fucking difficult for me to want to kill this thing.
don't, because you guys are going to meet Barnaby soon, so don't even get started on that shit.
Oh god, is that the dragon?
He needs a
Yes.
party, god damn it, he will have a party.
Oh.
Literally the saddest thing I've read all year. Oh, so, sorry, what was your attack, Varric?
13.
13. Okay, yeah, that will hit the beetle. You smush it clean down the middle, and there's a sort of as it splats.
Okay. I'll hide the body so that Ragnar won't get scared that it attacked.
Okay, you bury the beetle.
I love Varric.
With that, I'm going to spend the rest of my watch hiding in the closest tree.
Okay.
Do I roll stealth for that?
No. Because I have already rolled and nothing approaches the camp, so you won't need to roll stealth against nothing seeing you. Are those two beetles fighting? Oh my god, this is amazing. So,
Have you seen the one where it breaks candy canes in half?
yes.
Yes.
That's so cute.
I love beetles so much. They're so cool.
Next campaign, you can all come back and play beetles. That'd be great. So, the rest of your watch passes uneventfully, Varric, and the rest of you come to wake up, expecting to see a sort of dawning sun, but no, the trees are still dark, the air is dark, the overhanging clouds and branches are dark. It's not gloomy, it's not dark vision dark, it's just a little dim, and most of the colours are a little muted here as well. But you get up, you pack your things, you have some provisions, and you set off along your way. Arissa, can you do me another perception check with advantage because you have your goggles? The googlies. That's what I should have called them. They should just be called the googlies. Oh, you pure bean. Oh. So,
Beautiful.
Clearly now, the rain has gone. I can see all the dust leading our way.
Sorry, what?
I will be ending session in the next sort of 15-20 minutes so that people don't stay up too late. However, you have other things to be doing. So, you guys set off following Arista. You're sort of staying towards the front so you can lead them with the dust, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Knock, knock.
Lay Hannah close behind.
Yes, that is fine.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys continue for what feels like maybe an hour or so. The trees sometimes changing, getting bigger, smaller, turning into shrubs. You see a little stream. The waters are completely black. You hop over it. And as you guys continue on, Arissa. After a little while, you hear a voice. And it takes you a second or two, but you think you recognise it. Hello, Priscity, welcome back. You're following Arissa, who's following the dust, and Arissa has just heard something that none of you others can hear so far. Very good perception check. Arissa, you hear a voice that you recognise. It is the voice of a gnome, a very handsome gnome.
Oh my god!
Oh no, in the forest of death.
Oh my god!
And
He better not be in a fucking tree. He hates trees.
And you hear some laughter, but happy, joyous laughter. And you hear another voice as well that you don't recognise, a female voice. And you sort of peer around as you're leading people, and you look away from the dust for a moment, and you see through some trees far off to the right, you can see, standing with his back to you, a gnome male who you recognise, knowing him as well as you do, and can recognise him from his build, his clothes, and the back of his head. It is Prince Alcin Pike, and he is dressed in a very, very fancy white sort of suit with brocade down the sides, similar to things you'd have seen him wearing at formal occasions, only very rarely because he wasn't necessarily very into dressing uber fancy all the time. He's in a very fancy attire.
Arissa will stop in her tracks, possibly causing people to just kind of walk into her, as she just kind of stares off at him and just be like, oh my god.
You also notice a female gnome with long, curly, dark hair who is walking towards him, and she is wearing a very fancy white dress and a big, long veil. And they take each other's hands, and they seem to be laughing and dancing off just across to the right.
Can anybody else, considering I've stopped in my tracks and I'm staring off into the distance, has anyone else noticed this?
Annabelle is wondering how much of a good taste they have to be marrying here, of all places.
Well, Annabelle, you can't see what it is Arissa is looking at.
Oh,
Everybody else, Arissa just appears to be peering off to the side, but she is wearing her goggles, and as far as you can tell, she might be looking for dust, except for the fact that the rest of you, except for Arissa, can see. And for a second, you think, I'm not going to make you roll perception for this because they become very obvious very quickly. For a second, you think, oh wow, is there so much dust here that we can see it too? And you can all see these tiny, glistening, silvery gold orbs dancing through the air towards you. And then you see that they're all converging around Arissa. And she's looking off in a certain direction. And you can't see a thing. There are just trees and shrubs and more pieces of wood. Arissa, could you please do me a wisdom save with disadvantage?
Does she still get the plus 10? Plus 6 for...
How long does it last? Because it's a brand new day.
It's an aura, so as long as she's within 10 feet of me.
In which case, would you have been towards the front, towards the rear?
Probably would have been relatively in the middle.
Okay, in which case, yes, then you'll get a plus 6. So disadvantage, but a plus 6.
Okay.
She still has nice shield, just stating that out there.
I rolled the exact same both times. So...
It's a natural 20.
Mm-mm.
That's
12 total.
Okay. Arissa, the dancing couple, are walking through the forest, not completely towards you. They seem to almost be coming in a zigzag angle, like they're sort of dancing and talking to themselves. They don't appear to have noticed you yet, but they are getting closer. Everybody else, Arissa is staring off into the distance, and these little balls of light that are surrounding her, which I should have a picture of, and shall put up. Yes, they have converged upon Arissa, and as you start to watch, Arissa's face starts to go a little paler. And you can see, like, around her eyes, she looks a little bit like she's run out of sleep. But you know perfectly well that she's had a full night's rest. And she's starting to get tiny bags under her eyes.
Okay, Annabelle's gonna start getting mad now. So whatever those things are, they're gonna get a good show of her wavy aura. Okay.
Vitheritus will just boop one with his fist. See.
And Ragnar's going to touch Arissa warding bond. So while the target is within 60 feet of me, they gain +1 AC and +1 to saves and resistance to all damage. But I take the same amount of damage they take.
Oh, wow.
Annabelle will also grab Arissa around the waist, and the shield will become stronger because of that, and she will just glare at those flies like, do you want to be my dinner?
Right.
I thought you only ate gnomes.
It's everything that threatens what's hers. So yeah, she's really pissed off right now.
Okay, so before everybody rolls their initiative, Varric, can you please do me a... Let me just find out. Varric, could you please do me a... nature check with advantage, because this is a forest you've grown up in.
Nature check with advantage.
Even while all of this is happening, I can still see Alcyon and...
You don't recognize the woman, but she is a gnome with dark curly hair. And the feeling you get, actually, because you rolled a 12, the feeling you get is that this woman is the opposite of you, with her dark long hair and her gnomish stature. She seems to fit perfectly with his height and build. And you just get hit with a wave of, that's not me. Okay. Varric, 18. Okay, Varric, you have heard of these things. You think you may have seen one before, but you were pulled away by family members or friends as you were making your way through the forest. These are called the Whispers.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to instantly pull on Arissa's arm and pull it back.
Again, Hannibal is already grabbing her.
I know.
Okay, whatever.
What you know about the Whispers of Varric is that they consume people's strength, essentially. They don't take soul, they sap someone of their energy, leaving them wandering, lost in their own daydream. It's usually something bordering on a dream or a nightmare state, depending on how strong they are at resisting them. And they drain them of as much energy as they can and leave them essentially to wander until they die of starvation and dehydration.
Oh my god, can you make them try and eat Hannibal, please? Oh my god, they would die instantly, please.
As in they didn't attack.
So is there any risk in Vitheritus booping one with a finger to see what the hell it is?
Yeah, by the way, she has the shield up, so she shouldn't be able to reach Arisa anymore, because the shield is going full power right now.
Okay. It's not working as effectively, as in their magic isn't working as effectively, but they are still draining her very, very slowly of her.
Yeah, she's going to eat them, okay.
With my warding bond, would Ragnar basically shoulder half of that burden?
Yes. So Ragnar, you can tell people how you're feeling if you like, but you start to feel very slowly as if all the energy is slowly coming out of you. Like when you're recovering from a really big dose of the flu, your limbs are getting heavy, there's vomit on your sweater already, mom spaghetti, you're nervous, but on the surface you look calm and ready to drop bombs, but you keep on forgetting what you wrote down, and I'm going to stop because I'll keep going.
That was pretty good, I like that.
Ragnar will relay this to the others and say that I think they're eating her, maybe. And then after the maybe say, but because of my warding bond, they're eating her slower, but also me.
Hannibal is going to extend one hand and poke one aggressively.
Hannibal, You take 8 points of damage. It's sort of like lightning damage, like a sort of.
If you don't want to die, I suggest you find another thing to feed on.
Annabelle says, talking to the ball of light.
Considering Arissa can't see these balls of light, she's probably just like, who are you talking to?
Arissa, you can't actually hear Hannibal anymore. And you have almost completely forgotten that you are in this forest with anybody else.
In which case, I'm gonna try to follow Alison and his mystery gnome.
Okay. So, everybody else, please roll initiative.
Okay, Varric is very ready to fight. That's a 28, not 20.
That's good because I got a 3.
Oh, I need to roll for virus and focus and stuff.
How many critters does that affect? Ooh.
And Bertie. Sorry.
Varric, did you mention anything about these creatures, or you said what they are?
Nope.
So it's only what Ragnar said.
The only thing you noticed Varric doing is, like, he looked at those, remembered what they were, immediately went to protect Larissa by grabbing her.
How many of them are there?
How many of them are there? What an excellent question. Let's find out. There are 13. Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Okay. That puts paid to that plan right there.
Can I teleport away?
To be fair, my plan works with this.
Now then, on that note, the recording is about to finish, and seeing as we would only continue for another 15 minutes or so anyway, I may just leave it there.
I would be very happy for that because I'm extremely tired and have an extra early start tomorrow
Everybody,
morning.
write down your plans for next time and don't forget them.
Oh shit, that is pissed.
I'm gonna follow the fuck out of those gnomes.
Just hold on to that fucking anger and following, and yes. So, if everyone wants to shout Tatty Bear to the recording, I'll turn it off. So, goodbye, everybody. Thank you for paying attention.
Bye.
Quack.
Bye.